Hello everyone, my name is Tanya McLeod and today I'm presenting to you my capstone presentation. The final project of this Cornerstone University degree program is to complete a capstone presentation based on a job shadowing experience. This project aligns with my degree program because it allows me to observe firsthand how a member of management utilizes the many different concepts that I have been taught throughout many courses. The organization that I am job shadowing is in the Bureau of Community Health Systems, also known as BCHS within LARA. The purpose of BCHS is to perform state licensing and federal certification regulatory duties as required by state and federal law. The acronym LARA stands for Licensing and Regulatory Affairs. LARA is a department within the state of Michigan, and its purpose is to provide outstanding service to their customers, both internal and external, by assisting with the reduction of rules and regulations, advancing good public policy and best practices as it relates to consumer economic activity and workforce improvement through policies or statutes. Within LARA department is the division which I am currently employed, the Child Care Licensing Division. The Child Care Licensing Division is responsible for overseeing and maintaining all licensed child care facilities within the state of Michigan. The Child Care Licensing Division is also responsible for enforcing all of the state and federal laws that are related to licensed child care facilities within the state of Michigan. The individual that I job shadowed for a day goes by the name of Mark C. Jansen. The professional way to refer to him is Mr. Jansen, however he prefers to be called Mark, so that is how I will refer to him throughout the remainder of this presentation. Mark is the director of the Child Care Licensing Division, or CCL, for the Bureau of Community and Health Systems, within the Department of Licensing and Regulatory Affairs. Mark is an excellent director who values his employees and understands the importance of the job that our division is responsible for within the state of Michigan. The mission of the Child Care Licensing Unit is to provide a healthy and safe environment for children in licensed child care facilities. What I learned about this mission is that it is crucial for every employee within this department to take it, believe in it, and take it seriously. If anyone takes this mission statement lightly, it could be detrimental to the well-being of a child. Additionally, this mission is constantly communicated internally to all staff by Mark himself via emails, trainings, frequent staff meetings, and his own ethical actions. Mark's personal mission statement is to be humble and always have the humility to succeed. Mark is an excellent boss that always leads by example. In fact, many of the management concepts and techniques that I was taught in this degree program are mirrored by Mark in his actions and his behavior. As you can see on this current slide, Mark has many strong qualities that are desired in a great leader. I was able to witness some of these qualities firsthand in my job shadowing experience with him. While job shadowing with Mark, the strategic management topic that I witnessed him utilize was the use of an internal analysis. During the job shadow, a situation arose where a licensed child care facility was scheduled to open that day at 10 a.m. However, the licensee had failed to complete all of the staff's background checks. Mark was quick to analyze what internal strengths were within his department so that we could assist this provider in a time of crisis and enable them to open. In order to communicate his management strategy, Mark used the strategy of facilitation. To handle the crisis mentioned earlier, Mark called a meeting with his immediate employees and explained the situation, what the constraints were, and what his expectations of each of us was to get the issue resolved quickly. Mark also allowed us to provide him with feedback on his proposed strategy resolution and incorporated our feedback into his plan. This allowed for employees to feel valued and trusted, which in turn creates a positive organizational culture for everyone involved. Please see the diagram of the SWOT analysis for the Child Care Licensing Division on this slide. The SWOT analysis is an excellent visual tool that is used by many organizations. While the Child Care Licensing Unit is not a manufacturing or product selling type of business, a SWOT analysis is still very useful to determine different aspects of the division and ensure proper operation. On the next slide, I will discuss the SWOT analysis a bit more in depth to explain why it is such an important and useful tool to the business world. Mark uses a SWOT analysis often to help him make important decisions within his division. Mark uses the above SWOT analysis to get an overview of potential issues, obstacles, and performance within his division. By analyzing the SWOT analysis, Mark is able to see at a glance immediate areas of concern, a need for change in strategies, and how to approach areas of weakness effectively using his available areas of strength. The SWOT analysis greatly influences the division of child care licensing because it helps Mark to make educated business decisions based off facts and data that align with the division's mission and objectives. If the SWOT analysis starts to have more bullet points in the weaknesses and threats columns, then this indicates to Mark that he will need to implement some sort of changes to get the division back on track and headed in the right direction. The SWOT analysis is also used by Mark to assist him with decisions regarding function-level strategies. For starters, the internal strengths help Mark to utilize each one of them to their fullest potential. It allows him to look at the weaknesses and threats and match them with one or more of the strengths to try and eliminate potential issues or threats. He can also use the items listed in the strengths and opportunities columns to further ideas and innovations for his division. For example, Mark is adamant about using the skills and ideas of his many employees to assist with customer responsiveness, implement changes that are needed to processes already in place, and to gather ideas and thoughts on how to improve areas to better align them with the overall mission. Account management plays a vital role in the success of any organization. In child care licensing, Mark uses account management processes and strategies every day. Mark always makes sure that he communicates with staff on a regular basis so that he is aware of, as well as understands, all of our department's organizational needs. This is how he can strategically plan where to place people, shift staff around if needed, provide trainings, and ensure that staff has what they need to perform their job tasks and duties. Without the use of these account management processes, Mark would have a hard time making important decisions that affect the department both now and in the future. The Child Care Licensing Department has many initiatives for corporate social responsibility, or CSR. Mark ensures that each one of his employees understands the importance of their role, how their role affects the state of Michigan, and how their role affects the children in the state. The department itself has a corporate responsibility to ensure the safety of all children within a licensed facility. Mark makes it his personal mission to ensure that every staff member understands the importance of their job to the public in the state of Michigan. Technology plays an important role in Mark's management strategy due to the constant technological paradigm shift. Due to the constant change of state and federal laws, the Child Care Licensing Department must stay up to date with new technologies and software programs that can keep up with the demands of our job functions, processes, and needs for communication. For example, Mark had to implement a new software program to be able to hold all the new fingerprint requirements due to the federal law change for the background check process for licensed child care providers. Without this new program, our state would have struggled to hold all the new data that was required by federal law. Please see the organizational chart located on this slide. The organizational structure for the Child Care Licensing Department is simple. Those employees located in central office have a division director, who is Mark, and two other bureau division directors above him. The child care consultants that work in various areas throughout the state have their regional manager in charge of them, who in turn have Mark as their division director, and then two bureau division directors at the very top. The Child Care Licensing Division has 107 total employees. This division is specific to the state of Michigan. It is not a global organization. Child Care Licensing, since it is not a global organization, has very few layers of management. For those staff who work in central office, they directly report to Mark himself. For those consultants that work outside of the office, they have a manager assigned to them depending on what region of the state they are in. The most amount of direct report managers that an employee has over them at one time in child care licensing is one. If needed, there are an additional 2 to 3 bureau division directors that oversee Mark's division if additional input is needed. The Child Care Licensing Division is agile, meaning that their employees feel empowered in the organization. One of the ways that Mark promotes an agile organization is that he encourages employee feedback on all topics, not just selected discussions. He is a firm believer in the idea that everyone has something to offer, whether it be different skills, insight, or experience. And another example of how Mark promotes an agile organization is his ability to be flexible with work schedules and paid time off. The top management concepts I learned during this degree program are listed on this slide. However, the top key management concept that I observed while job shadowing with Mark was the importance of analyzing and planning. Anytime a situation arose, Mark was quick to call his central office team together to brainstorm the situation, decide what steps needed to take place from our division, and then plan accordingly so that all areas of needs are met by staff. Because Mark did this multiple times in just one day, it was really amazing to see how important these two factors of the management concept are within the workplace. Without brainstorming and analyzing, it is hard to make sure that all areas of a situation are being addressed. The most important topic that I learned about in this business program is the importance of acting ethically when in a management role. A manager is not only a role model, but they also set the bar for how other employees are expected to act and perform. The most challenging concept that I observed during my job shadow, and then later discussed with Mark, is the ability to be open and adapt to change. As I develop into a manager, I will address this challenging topic by trying to keep an open mind and remember that change is good when implemented correctly. I will also try to remember that change is inevitable and must be welcomed by organizations for them to be successful. By reflecting on myself and my own attitude towards change, I will be able to adjust when necessary for the good of my employees. Additionally, embracing change can help people to grow in their social skills, physical skills, and in their knowledge. I started the journey for my degree on September 19th of 2015. I had reached a wall in my career and knew that I could go no further until I obtained a degree. At the age of 32, I decided to enroll in Cornerstone University's degree program to not only obtain my associate's degree, but to also obtain my bachelor's degree. During this period, I went from a manufacturing job to a desk job with the state of Michigan. What's interesting about this is that while in this program, I have learned that many of the same tools apply to both types of jobs, specifically the SWOT analysis. Prior to participating in this degree program, I did not realize just how crucial a SWOT analysis was to any organization. I also had no idea that it could be applied to a job outside of the manufacturing world. What I learned from this program, as well as from this course, is that a SWOT analysis is an amazing tool that can be applied to any job. I have taken many courses throughout my degree program, however, a few of them were the most beneficial to me, which were professional communication, professional writing, and organizational behavior and processes. Professional communication is important because it taught me how to communicate in a professional manner, as well as the writing class taught me how to write in the business world. When I enrolled at Cornerstone University, I had one goal in mind: to become an analyst with the state of Michigan. I am proud to say that after starting out as a student assistant, then moving to my current position of a general office assistant, my director Mark has arranged for me to become an analyst upon the completion of my degree. Not only is this a pay increase, but it also means more job responsibilities. For continued development, I plan to enroll in free courses that the state of Michigan offers to all full-time employees, such as working in teams, how to handle conflict in the workplace, and how to use new technologies. At some point later down the road, I might even enroll in a master's program to further my education. If there's one thing that I have learned through this degree program, it is that there is always room for improvement. It is hard to believe that this is the last presentation that I will put together for my degree program. Job shadowing with my director for this class was a real eye-opening experience for me. It also helped to put into perspective how some of the concepts I have learned about over time are used within the workplace up close and personal. A good leader looks at themselves first before trying to manage and lead others. Self-reflection and leadership is key, as well as understanding that there is always room for improvement. Most importantly, having a Christian perspective within the workplace allows us to use our skills and knowledge to help others and demonstrate how Christ is living within us. As Mark stated at the end of our job shadowing experience, Tanya, never forget the verse Philippians 4:13. I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. Congratulations to all of you for making it to the end of this degree program. It has been a great journey. I have learned a lot, and I am thankful for each one of you who has helped me along the way. Remember to keep learning, and God bless.